starts right now.
CU students will not have to leave an apartment complex in Boulder. A new ruling today siding with the tenants despite code violations.
Even severe schizophrenia does not mean insane.
Insanity is the only explanation for this tragedy.
A Boulder jury is now deliberating 55 charges against the King Soopers shooter. 9 News Investigates' Kevin Vaughn joins us live from court with the update. Right now, our weather impact team is tracking a storm, bringing some changes this weekend. We'll explain who will see rain and even snow. Tonight, it is a Northern Colorado showdown. Ashley Moore joins us live at our 9 News Prep Game of the Week. And for the first time in 13 seasons, CU is back in the Big 12. We'll explain what the change in conference means.
Good afternoon. At this hour, the jury is deliberating 55 charges in the King Soopers shooting trial.
Today, both sides delivered closing arguments. Each count was read in the jury instructions before deliberations began. And our 9 News Investigates team has been in court all day today. We will get an update from our Kevin Vaughn in just a few moments. Right now, our weather impact team's tracking some major changes heading our way this weekend. Today, sunny and warm. Just give it 48 hours. Here's a live look near Loveland Ski Area right now. Those higher elevations could wake up to snow on Sunday morning. We know it's a hot weekend to get out and do some leaf peeping, so just make sure you check the forecast before you head out.
Let's check in with Lauren Robinson. A weather impact day, I hear, starting tomorrow in the evening, right?
And that's exactly right. We have 2 weather impact days planned for this weekend. They're both half days, so they're going to start Saturday afternoon and then go through Sunday afternoon, but still big enough to make impacts on our day, right? So we've been saying all week long, utilize the sunny, warm weather through Friday because we have big changes coming in this weekend. So today, it's still pretty warm out there. We're at 88 degrees right now at DIA. Most of the Front Range and Eastern Plains in the middle to upper 80s. If you haven't gotten out and played outside or run those errands, you still have a few more hours before sunset. We're in the 60s and 70s off to the west in the high country. Now, as we take a look at our live radar, not a whole lot happening over Colorado. It's the calm before the storm because we will be seeing major changes as we move into the next few days. So coming up in my full 7-day forecast, we're going to talk a little bit more about the heat today and how you can utilize the rest of it through the afternoon. But this weekend, we do have a couple of weather impact days for rain and snow. And then even on the backside of that, we're going to see more seasonal temperatures as we move into fall. So I'll have more details on all of that coming up in my full 7-day forecast.
Lauren, thanks. Right now, there is a crash causing some major delays on I-76 eastbound at I-25 during Friday rush hour. You can see bumper to bumper barely inching forward. Colorado State Patrol tells us 4 cars crashed. Troopers say 1 vehicle rolled, and it appears to be a big semi. Sky 9 is over the area now. 3 people went to the hospital in this. You can see some of the wreckage there. We're working to learn more about what exactly happened. Now, the crash did close the eastbound lanes, but we do know 1 lane is open, and that's the lane you can see the cars snaking through. We'll update you once we learn a little more. Now, in the last hour, jurors began deliberating the fate of the King Soopers shooter. That came after the jury spent about 7 hours listening to jury instructions and, of course, closing arguments.
The shooter faces 10 counts of first-degree murder and dozens of other charges. Kevin Vaughn from 9 News Investigates was in this marathon court session today. You've been covering the trial for us, and he joins us in Boulder tonight. Kevin, this was a really long day already for the jurors.
Jenny and Alex, this was a long day. They started at 8, an hour earlier than normal. They sat through 2.5 hours of jury instructions and more than 4 hours of closing arguments. That's when attorneys on each side told competing narratives about what happened on March 22nd, 2021. For defense attorney Catherine Harold, it was that the shooter was insane and told doctors he hears yelling voices in his head.
To all of a sudden one day, start hearing voices. And you don't know where those voices are coming from. You start hearing someone yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling in your head all day, or maybe just at night, or maybe just in the morning, or maybe just for an hour a day, or maybe just for I don't know how long. Yelling voices are killing voices. Kill, 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 kill.
Before he steps out.
District Attorney Micah Doherty stressed that the shooter was sane, as evidenced by his planning for the attack. Just the day before, He was searching stores in Boulder on his phone.
Were the victims on March 21st? They were probably thinking about their day of work on Monday, the next day. They were probably asking their loved ones.
Objection, Your Honor, improper argument.
Overruled. What do you need from King Soopers? I'm going there tomorrow. The people who went to Safeway, Petco, Target, they live. People who go to King Soopers have their lives forever altered.
To get a conviction, prosecutors have to convince the jury that the man was sane on the day of attack. There were 3 doctors that did sanity evaluations on him. All of them confirmed that they believed he was sane that day. Live in Boulder, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
Kevin, I know it's like looking in a crystal ball, hard to predict, but any inkling that they could actually come back with a verdict today?
I'm guessing, but I would say it's highly unlikely. It took the judge an hour and 40 minutes to read the verdict forms that they have to fill out, because there are 55 criminal counts and there are 38 sentencing enhancers. So just the mechanics of doing that tells me that they'll go home at 5 o'clock without a verdict, but it's not impossible.
It's a huge, huge responsibility and a lot of counts to get through. Kevin Vaughn, thank you for your reporting. RTD's police chief is off the job. Today, the agency announced Chief Joel Fitzgerald no longer with RTD. But the agency didn't offer any more details about his departure, whether he's fired or quit. Fitzgerald was placed on administrative leave in early July, and when we asked then why that happened, the agency also refused to answer. Fitzgerald's been with RTD since August of 2022, and during his time, RTD has expanded its security, even added officers on duty 24/7. Aurora police say they are finally able to solve a mystery that's been lingering for weeks. At the center of it is a security video that garnered national attention in the middle of a national discussion on the presence of a notorious Venezuelan gang in Aurora.
As investigative reporter Chris Vanderveen shows us, today police told us they think they know who at least 3 of the people in that video are.
It's 11:20 p.m. Sunday, August 18th. 6 men approach a door on the 3rd floor of the Edge at Lowry Apartments. One is clearly armed and looking for someone.
Hi, and good morning, everybody.
Friday, Aurora's new police chief announced the now infamous video is no longer filled with unknown names.
This is a focus on criminal behavior. This is not a focus on immigration status.
And yet that remains in conflict with questions about possible ties to a Venezuelan gang known as TDA.
And that's the big question everybody asks. Well, are these TDA gang members or are they not TDA gang members?
That question, he says he cannot answer. What he can say is this. His department now believes it knows who 3 of the 6 are. Only one, as of Friday afternoon, is in custody. Immigration and Customs Enforcement custody, to be precise. The other 2, police say, they are seeking through active warrants.
They victimized somebody. They mistreated somebody. I don't care if they're in a gang or not in a gang. I don't care if they're documented or undocumented. I want to hold them accountable.
7 minutes after this video was recorded, police say at another location in the building there was a shooting, which eventually left a 25-year-old man dead. The following day, Aurora police say they found this rifle, the rifle seen in the video, inside an oven in a neighboring apartment unit. As of now, no one has been charged with the murder.
Aurora police still looking for the other 3. Potential charges for all of them include menacing and burglary. One of the challenges with identification of gang affiliation is that police say that they often have to rely solely on self-identification, especially when dealing with people who have not been in the country for long. Aurora's mayor told me today he believes today's news is good news. Alex.
Were Aurora police able to speak on the fact that the shooting happened right after any connection here?
I asked that very question during the press conference today. They believe that they're related in some fashion, but they're holding tight to what exactly that means and if they're any closer to solving that case.
Okay. All right, Chris, thank you.
Bet.
A judge in Boulder County ruled students can continue living in an apartment complex after the city on Monday ordered them to evacuate. An inspection by the city found Ash House had created extra bedrooms in units without a permit. And now construction's going to start so the rooms can actually follow code. The city gave students 4 hours notice to evacuate these apartments, only providing a phone number to find other housing. Boulder says there was a, quote, imminent danger when they put out that notice. One of the reasons the judge ruled in favor of attorneys for Ash House. Their temporary restraining order, the order allowing students to stay there, will remain for now. After the city received complaints, they inspected Ash House, finding those additional bedrooms without a permit. They said rooms did not have fire sensors or an egress. City officials testified this week it was a significant safety risk. One parent who flew in from Chicago to help said he's mostly angry at Ash House, but he also wishes the city would have given students more notice.
The city didn't illegally build a fourth bedroom. They didn't fraudulently lead girls, 18-year-old girls, had been in college 3 months to kind of sign this lease and just hope for the best.
Attorneys for Ash House say they will start construction immediately to get the additional bedrooms up to code and permitted. If students are living in those rooms, their counsel said they can move to permitted rooms because some residents have already moved out and signed other leases.
An update on the Pearl Fire in Larimer County. Rain is helping firefighters gain some more control. Containment is up to 25% today. The size hasn't changed a whole lot since it started on Monday. The fire started on private land in the Crystal Lakes area. One structure was damaged on the property of the person believed to have started this fire. It's been nearly 2 months since the Alexander Mountain Fire forced hundreds of evacuations in Larimer County. In the process, a 7-year-old horse named Hawk was seriously injured after falling through the floor of a trailer he was being loaded into in the Sylvandale Ranch. Well, today, 53 days later, he's finally been cleared to head home from the hospital.
It's a journey. It's a process. It's been a roller coaster, but it's a really good day.
The community is stepping in to help with Hawk's recovery. 9 News reporter Evan Krugel will have much more on that tonight at 9 and 10 right here on 9 News.